Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to learn about Trichomonas vaginalis. Trichomonas vaginalis belongs to the genus Trichomonas and it has three different species, that is the Trichomonas hominis, Trichomonas tenax and Trichomonas vaginalis. Okay, now let us start with the introduction. In the introduction, that is the Trichomonas vaginalis is usually seen in the diarrheic stools and it is known as the common flagellates of tropics, and it has only the tropozoite stage. Now let us see here. The Trichomonas vaginalis is the causative agent of trichomoniasis. It is one of the two members of the Trichomonas genus that infects the humans and the only one that is unambiguously pathogenic. The life cycle includes only a tropozoite stage, that is no cystic stage. Asexual reproduction is via binary fission. A central rod called axostyle is present in function in attachment to the epithelial cells. So this is the axostyle, which is a midline structure. And next, let us see its morphology. Before seeing its morphology, we need to know the shape, structure, etc. So this Trichomonas vaginalis is a pear shape, slightly larger than a white blood cell, and it's 10 to 12 microns in length, and it has a single ovoid nucleus. Here you can see a single ovoid nucleus at its anterior end, and a cleft called cytostome lies its side. Here lies the cytostome, but actually it is absent in the Trichomonas vaginalis, but it is present in other species like Trichomonas hominis and also in Trichomonas tenax, but in vaginalis it is not developed well. And next, it has 3 to 5 anterior flagellates which are free. Here you can see the 3 to 5 anterior flagellates which are free, and it has a thicker flagellum backwards. This is the undulating membrane, and it is coming out from the posterior pointed end, and it is on a base rod-like structure called costa. So this is costa. On the costa we have this folded structure. Here you can see this is the undulating membrane which is coming out from the posterior pointed end. And next, the axostyle runs in the midline and ends in the pointed tail-like extremity. So here you can see tail-like extremity of the axostyle which is passing in the center. And next we have the different types species of Trichomonas which inhabited. So they inhabited in different places, like the Trichomonas hominis habitates in the ileocecal region, that is in the intestine, and Trichomonas tenax in our oral cavity, tartar of the teeth and pyroic sockets, and the Trichomonas vaginalis, that is which we are learning, is 13 micron meters, and it is geographically, that is worldwide distributed, and especially it is present in the female genital tract. So as the name Trichomonas vaginalis, we can actually imagine like a genital tract. So let us see the morphology. The Trichomonas vaginalis is tropozoites. The axostyle, which is composed of microtubules, is seen as a slender dark line running down the cell's midsection. It is believed to function in attachment to the host epithelial cells. Note, the tropozoites also have a flagella and an undulating membrane for the locomotion. So here you can see the flagella and undulating membrane are for the locomotion of the Trichomonas vaginalis. And now here we see the life cycle. The life cycle is that the tropozoites in the vaginal secretions and urine are sexually transmitted to the trophozoites in the orifice of urethra of male. And next, the trophozoites multiply by the longitudinal binary fission, and next the tropozoites in a prostatic secretions and urine of the male, and again by sexual transmission it reaches the trophozoites in the vagina, and again the trophozoites divide in binary fission. So what we observe is either in male, either in female, they divide by the binary fission and they are transferred to male to female by sexual transmission. Very easy life cycle. So this life cycle of T. vaginalis, which is transmitted sexually and has no cyst state, that is only tropozoite state. Now let us see that where this is present actually. Also, it is also present in the urinary tract of both male and female, and it is also present especially in the female vagina, and it is also, and sometimes the leukorrheic discharge from the female is checked by a gynecologist as a cause of inflammation of the vaginal mucosa. And next, the cytostome is less conspicuous in the T. vaginalis especially, that we already discussed. And in man, it is sexually transmitted, causing urethritis in man. And also sometime even in the newborn females and male children we have found this. Actually these are motile tropocytes which gives a jerks if we see under the microscope section of the vagina and the urethral discharge. And we can take the section of the vagina to observe it, or urethral discharge, and also we can take the prostate secretion. And now let us see the clinical symptoms. Male usually are asymptomatic. Only 2% of the women with the infection will have a strawberry cervix or vagina on examination. This is due to the capillary dilation as a result of inflammatory response, burning itch of the vaginal mucosa. And next, a typical fishy smelling and yellow-green discharge that we already discussed, that is leucorrhea discharge of female, and asymptomatic vast majority. So actually the males are asymptomatic, but the females are symptomatic. Males doesn't show any symptoms, but the female may show symptoms. That too, only 2% of the women who are infected will show this special cases like swelling, itching, and also fishy smelling and yellow-green discharge. If symptomatic, it may lead to vaginitis, prostatitis, urethritis. Diagnosis is by wet mount, that is directly taking the sample of the vaginal secretions or urine or sediment or prostatic urine sediment or prostatic massage. Diagnosis of Trichomonas vaginalis infection, smear showing infection with Trichomonas vaginalis trophocytes dark purple. Here you can see this dark purple. This is the Trichomonas vaginalis. And next, diagnosis. Actually diagnosis, we can diagnosis by Giemsa stain, pepnoid color staining, culture specimens on CPLM media. CPLM media means cystine, peptone, liver infusion, maltose. So that's all we'll see, but first let us see treatment by metronidazole, tinidazole or inidazole. So all sexual partners should be treated with this to avoid this parasitic infection. And next, coming to epidemiology and control. This T. vaginalis is distributed throughout the world and is the most common non-viral sexually transmitted pathogen in the world. It is estimated that there are 167 million new cases each year worldwide and 7.4 million cases in United States alone. So here you can see some of the other points. And next, so the transmission may be direct or indirect. We already said direct by and indirect by all these things. So here you can see in this diagram. And next, we will see the diagnostic methods. There are also several other diagnostic methods like serological. Actually the serological test, IHA, that is indirect hemoagglutination antibody and gel diffusion tests, are not used in this. Only we use the CPLM media, the culture specimens on CPLM media, and Giemsa stain and Peplock staining. And also the new tests is like the molecular methods are used nowadays, and the treatment we have already discussed. So this is all about Trichomonas vaginalis. Thank you. I hope you all like it. If you like my video, please like, share and subscribe.